Thanks for joining me on Life and Surround. Today, I would give you a quick peek at the titles that have been piling up around here so that while I'm taking the time to enjoy and digest them and then to eventually review or discuss them in some way with you, like to make posts here on YouTube or some conversation on Life and Surround Facebook, over on Quadraphonic Quad in either the poll threads or just on the Life and Surround thread. While we wait for me to eventually create some content, I wanted to just show off what's sitting around so that you can vote. Tell me what you're most interested in. Would you like a review? Would you like an unboxing? Would you like just some discussion, in a textual format like on Quadraphonic Quad? All right, so let's get to it. A title that recently showed up that I have already listened to and I'm just about ready to review, but I want to listen more. Dark Matter by Pearl Jam. This is a CD Blu-ray set, and I can tell you that I am happy that I own this, and a review will follow. Cahoots by the band, the 50th anniversary set. This has been out for a while, but I just haven't been able to get around to it. It's still sealed, and fortunately for you, it is available quite a bit under retail, at least at Amazon.com. It's sitting at $61. Meanwhile, on the band's official site, it is nearly twice that much. And on import CDs for back order, it's more than twice that much. So if you have any inclination to pick this up and you were hoping that it would drop below retail, it certainly has, though it has gone down, I think, as low as around $40. You can also listen to Cahoots in streaming Atmos on Apple Music, probably on Tidal, some way, shape, or form on Amazon. But anyway, it is available streaming along with music from the Big Pink and the band's self-titled, plus some other compilation type of stuff. So there is actually a lot of the band in streaming Atmos available. So that could be the good news for you, or if you were just wanting to jump on a price much lower than retail, that is available at this time. So would you like to see an unboxing? Would you like to see a review? What are your wishes with respect to Cahoots? Camel Airborne. This is a massive, massive box set. It contains just, oh my gosh, more CDs than I can ever recall seeing in a box set, and ample Blu-rays with 5 albums mixed into 5.1 surround by Stephen W. Taylor. I have listened to the majority of the 5.1 content. I plan to finish it, and then I don't know about giving a review of this one. It's mainly out of print. I found one location where it's actually for sale. I think it might have been like Amazon France or somewhere like that. And it was like well over $100. I think maybe getting up into like the $200 range. And I can tell you that Camel is like a new favorite band for me, and it's because of this box set. So I don't want to, undermine the perceived value of this set. It could be that the price that's being asked is totally worth it. I'm just trying to be respectful of the fact that it's not really out there in like a retailer discounter sense right now. There are few options for picking this up, and it is pricey. So, what are your hopes and wishes for, how I would cover Camel Airborne? This is quite an amazing box set, and I love any chance I get to listen to Stephen W. Taylor in 5.1. So I want your thoughts. Again, speaking of Stephen W. Taylor and a box set, though, a smaller one and a less pricey one. I think this one approaches around $100, though, and I don't think it's available anymore for retail. So you're looking at those out-of-print prices on eBay, Discogs, places like that. This has a 5.1 mix of the entire album done by Stephen W. Taylor and some 5.1 live content, I believe live at Royal Albert Hall. But don't quote me on that unless I'm right. This was sent as a loan by one of you. So I am intending to enjoy it at the very least in all of its 5.1 glory very soon. I just don't know if it's worth doing a review since it's like on the out of print market. I may just suffice to discuss it on Life and Surround Facebook or on Quadraphonic Quad, vote on it, something like that. Give some accolades, but maybe not a review video. So what are your thoughts on To Our Children's Children's Children? And also, thank you for the loan. All right, let's move into the quadraphonic space. CD Japan, Sony Japan. I haven't talked about them a lot this year, though I'm sitting on a pile, and I'm sure that they are going to release some exciting titles this year. They have so far for the last several years. So titles that I'm sitting on right now would be Super Session. Now I have the Audio Fidelity 5.1 remix done by Al Cooper, and I like that. This is the original quadraphonic mix. I think it was released in SQ or QS, something like that. So, and maybe on tape as well. So it is a classic quad from the 70s. It existed in analog form, vinyl, maybe tape. And now it is on SACD. So I'm looking forward to firing this thing up and hearing the original quad in its pristine optical audio quality. And continuing on with Sony Japan, we have a couple of more Santana titles. These, I believe, were released last year. I just haven't gotten to them yet. And this makes, gosh, how many Santana titles so far in the Sony Japan 7-inch packaging SACD series? Maybe 7 or 8. I think I have them all, even Lotus. And I don't think I did the live one that was also part of a Dutton Vocalion twofer. I think that may be the only one I haven't gone in for, because I'm not all about the packaging. If I already have a title some other way, the same mix and probably the similar mastering or the same mastering, I'm happy with that. But in any case, so a couple of Santana titles to get to from Sony Japan, and I think they have more classic Santana quads that they can keep progressing with. I'm not sure about that. Maybe you can leave comments to let us know if you know. And then, yeah, Piano Man. This is one of the most anticipated classic quad reissues, for like Blu-ray or SACD format for an optical format. This is Piano Man. This is the original quad. And then it has stereo as well. And it also has like some goodies on DVD, though I'm hearing that not everybody can play those due to region issues. And also the SACD of the album was manufactured with some scratches on the playing surface. Some people are getting through playing at least the quad layer with no problems. I'm going to test mine out pretty soon. There's recourse for Japanese customers, for customers wishing to mail in their damaged SACD from within the country of Japan, and I'm not sure there's recourse for everyone else. So if you purchased this, you may want to check the surface. I see scratches that are evident on mine, like in one particular area, like the kind of the size of a US quarter, the coin. And like I said, I haven't tested playback yet, but I plan to soon, and then I'll go through the DVD content as well. I hope mine plays back with no issues. That would make me very sad if there are issues, but I'll let you know. And I am planning on doing a review of this. So cast your votes, let me know in comments whether you'd like me to or not, but I'm probably going to anyway. Continuing forward with classic quad and even some new quad. You probably know what I'm talking about just from those clues. It's Joanie Mitchell, the Asylum albums, the brand new Quadio / Atmos box set from Rhino Records. This has been blowing some minds online, and I, for one, can't wait to fire these up. It's going to be soon. I'm very, very excited about this box. And I wonder, like, would you like an unboxing? Maybe this would be a good one for unboxing. Show off the album artwork for, how each album is presented here. I have Court and Spark and The Hissing of Summer Lawns on CD4 LP. That is a classic quadraphonic LP format. And I'm looking forward to hearing these Blu-rays. This will definitely be getting a review, at least one. But definitely leave your comments as to what you would like to see on this channel with respect to this amazing release. It's got a new quadraphonic mix because For the Roses didn't have a classic quad. They commissioned a 2023 quad so that the box could have 4 albums And I think that's a cool move, and I hope it is a precedent. Here's one that I picked up during a bulk purchase to raise the value of my shopping cart to the point where I'd get free shipping and kind of make this title a wash. It is a group that I really admire and an album of theirs with which I'm not yet very familiar. And so I'm going to kind of go on a blind date for this one, throw it on in Atmos and just see what I think. We have Air, 10,000 Hertz Legend. All right, so we're getting to the end of my pile, and this is kind of making me feel like it's not so insurmountable. So I will try to surmount my pile of multi-channel physical discs that are sitting around waiting to be enjoyed and then like maybe reviewed, maybe unboxed. I really want to get your comments and get your feedback for what you'd like to see out of the titles that I'm showing off here today. The rest of these come from the SDE shop. 4 of them, the first 4 of them that I'm going to show you being part of the Surround series. And then the 5th one just being a standalone Blu-ray breakout from a bigger box set. So I'm super excited to see that sort of thing happen. Soft Cell, the nonstop erotic cabaret. I have not read a whole lot about how this mix has turned out. I'm hoping that it's fantastic. Of course, this album contains the hit Tainted Love, and I am just looking forward to being drawn back to this time period, hoping that the Atmos mix just takes this album to glorious places. And one way or another, I will let you know. Def Leppard, Diamond Star Halos. This is the latest studio album from the group, given the glorious Atmos treatment. And though it is available streaming, which is good news for those who may not possess this Blu-ray or may want to audition it before deciding whether to make a purchase, and I believe it is still available actually. Yeah, I decided to go in for the Blu-ray, just being a bit of an impulsive shopper, threw it in my cart with some other stuff. And I'm looking forward to rocking it on my home theater system, Blu-ray quality, and just evaluating, what this album has to offer musically and in terms of the Atmos mix. And I'll let you know. Mark Knopfler, One Deep River. I've been reading a lot of commentary online that people think this is too mellow or it's just mellower than they were expecting. Though I can say that mellow music is like the most rapidly growing part of my collection. Maybe I'm gravitating toward, just more of a peaceful thing as I age. But, for any complaints I've read, this thing has sold out twice. And so it's currently not available. But, if you go onto SDE and click on the notify me when this is back in stock button, you may be pleasantly surprised. Maybe they'll do a third run, or maybe like a box of them will appear in a janitor's closet somewhere or something along those lines. I have heard of weirder things, but I am definitely looking forward personally to putting this on and cranking it up, even if it's mellow. I think that's going to be okay with me. And I've heard it's a bit of a front-centric Atmos mix, and it remains to be seen whether I'm okay with that. But I will give you my thoughts some other time. All right, moving on to one that I'm personally really excited about. I was excited to see it announced. I'm excited to have it in my possession. I'm excited that it has received the Atmos treatment. I hope it is suitable or great Atmos mix. This is an iconic 80s album. It is a multi-platinum seller and from an artist that I really respect. And I recently auditioned this album just to refresh my memory in stereo, and I really loved it. So I'm looking forward to listening to Luther Vandross, Never Too Much, especially if you have some spicy love in your life. There are plenty of tracks on here that will really hit you where you're at. I had just a fantastic listen recently, hoping for great things out of the Atmos, and I'll be sure to let you know. And finally, also from SDE, though not part of their Surround series, and I don't believe is exclusive either, but this is a Blu-ray broken out from a larger box set. So I passed previously on the box set and then thought that the Blu-ray was sufficient value. I've heard some controversy over how well this Atmos mix was executed, but not without some context where there may not have been a whole lot recorded to tape due to the band's efficiency in the studio. So this is one where we will see what we get. I will do my best to evaluate just how exciting this is from purely an immersive perspective. but then also with respect to the original mixes, the original recording, just to see like, do we have some added clarity? Do we have some added power? Does this bring anything worthwhile to the table that the original mixes couldn't? Thin Lizzy, Vagabonds of the Western World. So I'm glad to see this is a standalone Blu-ray breakout from a box set. That is my key encouragement here. I really do want to encourage labels to do this sort of thing. So I figured, Thin Lizzy is a favorite band of mine, and this is an album that I'm not as in touch with as I am with others. So it'll be a bit of a blind listen for me. I've heard it through a time or two, but that's just not enough for me to claim familiarity. So I'm very much looking forward to being brought more in touch with this album, evaluating how the Atmos works for it, and in one way or another, letting all of you know. All right, so that's been a blast through my multi-channel pile. I also intend to have some conversation soon with my friend Eric about streaming Atmos. I want to begin covering more streaming only titles because I think that is a very, very important part of our hobby and of the immersive music industry right now. There are some exciting titles that if you don't experience them in streaming, you're just not going to, or you're not likely to. Like there are some titles that have been up streaming for a while that have made their way to Blu-ray, like Fleetwood Mac's Rumors and Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. But I think we have to suspect that those will be the exceptions, not the rule. So there are some titles that you're either going to experience streaming or you're just not at all. So I'm looking forward to talking with you more about exciting streaming only titles and then maybe some download stuff too. But today I just wanted to blast through my physical piles, let you know what I'm sitting on, and just get your help, your comments, either below this video, or if I post to YouTube, you can leave a comment on my post. Those are just still images with like some sort of a question or a message for the day. Life and Surround Facebook, Quadraphonic Quad, there's a Life and Surround thread, and then I also post a lot in threads about particular albums. I look forward to interacting with you in any way that you wish, and in getting some feedback from you to set my priorities. It is a good problem to have a lot of multi-channel music sitting around, and I intend to get to it all. So I appreciate you watching. If you like what I do, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment, share videos. All of your support helps the health of this channel, and this channel helps the health of the surround and immersive music industries. And the point is to enjoy music together and hopefully to just drive enough health in music industries that we depend on for our beloved entertainment, that will keep receiving awesome titles for years and years and years to come, and that we can all find our own personal ways to live life in surround.